all right. What's up, everybody? Garuda. Shout out to Garuda. First one here. My boy, Garuda. What's up, man? Guys are filtering in here. Grinders are gathering up. And here I am, Jez7780. What grinds my gears? I am back with another show. I haven't done one since August, I think, 27th. I've been streaming like a mofo. Been streaming like on my green screen, doing the podcast, but I haven't got a chance. Where is my flame? Where is my flame? I see my flame. Is it flowing? My flame going? I don't see my flame. It's burning bright. Hold on. Where is my flame?
Son of a bitch.
I gotta fix this thing. Man, I've been messing around with this StreamWorks thing that's been driving me crazy. I want my fire, because I'm bringing the fire. Players United, what is up? $2. That's right. Yeah, that's what I did. $2 Game Pass, excellent deal. Go do it. And today is Gears Day. Gears 5 has a released to everybody who does not have Gears Ultimate. A Gears Ultimate or a Game Pass Ultimate. So shout out to all those folks now. Welcome aboard. And my flame is still not going on here. I gotta double click it. Make it loop. There we go. Now my flames are flying. Flames are going. There we go. Now I see my flame. I need a full effect going on. There we go. I like that. I like that. So, yeah, man, there's been some stuff going down. What's up, Sam Ash? Players United. Yo, all those little clips that you've been sending me, I do not. He's been sending me all this like subliminal messaging. I don't know what they are. They're like photos and random ass photos. I appreciate it. I think they're funny. Yes, Phil Nass, man. Yo, before I get into everything, some people did not like my tweet with that Phil Ness. I think it's a funny ass picture. Savage Yoga, what's up? I think it's a funny picture. I made it I think it's a good picture that I made it my own gamer pick. I think it's funny. It's a funny picture of Phil. I don't know. I think it's funny. And when I come into parties and stuff on Xbox, everybody's like, Phil, who has the Phil Spencer gamer pick? Hey, man, it's a conversation piece. Just like you put those things on the table, it's a conversation piece. I need to stop actually hugging the game. Yo, we'll get into it. Let me get into it. So, anyway, but yeah, people did not like my that tweet. Some people understood the Phil Nass and what's going on, and I'll explain it because I was trying to explain it to shout out to Merck. I was trying to explain it last night, like how it did not sit well with some folks, but everybody was very ultra sensitive the past week, and the first thing I wanted to get into was Meta Craze for Gears 5. People were watching the meta score to Gears 5 like we were on New Year's Eve, counting down for the new year of 2020. Like, we're watching this. The meta goes up one, it goes down one. Is it going to get a 90? People don't like an 85s, 86s is horrible, and all this other stuff. Exactly, don't call me. That's right, Danny. Who needs a little bump and grinders? I'm there to roast and have fun with this whole thing because there are certain things that we need to call out for because we got to talk about what Gears is before we got to talk about what Gears was before we talk about what Gears is. Gears 5. What was it and what it really is? And, I'm not going to hate on it and just like, oh, this stuff. Why is everybody showing up a red in this thing? I don't like that. Let me fix that chat thing. I don't like everybody showing up a red because you can't see their names. Let me fix that chat box. Hold on. Visual settings. I want to change the font. Now this, I want to go. Maybe this one. Yeah, I don't know why it shows like random colors. I gotta fix that. Whatever. Sorry if it's everybody showing up red. Yeah. Let me see. It looks now. Yeah, everybody's showing up in red here. What's boxed? Boom. Oh, maybe that looked better. We'll do box within a box. We'll see how that looks. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just want to make sure, the voice is heard. You know what I mean? Don't want that to get blinded. I might make the grindhouse bigger, the box over there. What's good, Jamal? How you doing? So anyway. So, first off, this Gears Metacritic thing. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy, and you guys know it was crazy. People are watching it go up and go down, complaining about reviews, like is the reviews justified and stuff like that. Everybody has their opinion. All these outlets have their opinion. And then within the outlets, there are people reviewing the games for their opinion. Dude, like, it is what it is. There are going to be people that just do low scores because they anticipate they're going to be high scores, and maybe they want to create some traffic to their site by doing a score that's out there. Some people think, like, hey, let's give this trash game a higher score from our thing. Everybody wants to drive the traffic. All right? If everybody gives everything an 80, what makes your review stand out from somebody else? So there is some politics going on, I believe, to the numbers. We're going to give an 80, let's do this. Like, we need more traffic, let's go out there, let's give it a 6, a 7. So I don't think there's some bias to it, but I do feel that, there is some politics to these numbers as well. Not to say that, these games don't deserve these numbers, or sometimes they're undeserving, and I agree. It's everybody's opinion. And they give a number. What's a 9? What's an 8.8 versus a 9? What's an 8.7 versus an 8.9? What's a 7.2 versus a 7.6? Like, where are those points going? Like, what is it? Is there some legit calculations? Who knows? But anyway, people bank on Metacritic, and Metacritic does give incentives to the developers where they do get bonuses if it hits certain numbers on Metacritic. It is an aggregated score, so it does hold value, and it does give opinion. I'm going to say for myself, considering Control, I didn't follow anything with Control. This is my own personal thing. I didn't know anything Control. What I said was, hey, if it gets favorable reviews on Metacritic, I'm going to buy Control. If it just gets if it bombs on Metacritic and gets like if it just gets 70s and stuff like that, I might hold off for a sale. But if it gets an 80s and stuff like that, I might purchase it because it might be something to pay for. And the thing is, games are expensive. We know that. These are investments. These are reviews. Like, people going to look at these review scores, and that's going to influence them. It's going to be harder to try to get your friend to buy a game that's really not well reviewed. He's like, hey, man, that doesn't... Well, I really like it. You should try it out. Well, I'll wait for it to go on sale. Whereas if the game is, like, all out getting 90s and 80s, this is a great game. Everybody's playing it. Oh, okay, good. They're more willing to buy it because it has favorable reviews. Reviews have impact on sales, obviously, with influencing. So what happened with Gears was there was a few low scores. A lot of people really liked it. It came out 85. It went up to 86. It went down to 85 and now 86. One of the strangest things, though, is that it finally just hit 52 reviews as of today. It was just sitting on a very low number of reviewers. A lot of people were waiting for the multiplayer, which, if they waited for over the weekend, we know Friday was a friggin' disaster. Oh my goodness, I was livid Friday, man. I had everybody, the kids to bed. I was going to sit down and play some Gears 5, and Xbox Live was down. Oh my God, I was like,
you son of a bitch.
I could not believe it. I couldn't even play the single player because it was tied into online. And that's one of the issues I do have with Gears with that online. Not being drop in and drop out co-op. Why do I have to connect to your servers? Why do I need to create a lobby to just play single player? People are like, well, take yourself offline. I'm like, okay, let me just rip out the network plugs out of my computer.
Don't do that.
Oh, thanks, Arnold. I won't do that. And shout out to the Arnolds because we're going to be getting ready for Terminator soon. Can't wait. We'll see if this is a bust or if this is a real one. Let's see. But anyway, they take it offline and play it. So I wanted to play on Friday. Didn't happen. So who that affects the Metacritics and stuff like that? Who knows? I know GameSpot's looking at a 7. IGN giving 8.8 right now without the multiplayer. So we'll see. But just the impact of what this game was. The thing is, and I could explain from somebody who's an Xbox fan. A console fan, not the new Xbox, not this whole not this whole stuff going on right now. Like, I mean, an Xbox fan. I'm not talking about, right?
Would you ship
that kind of one. Or,
Xbox One X is the most important? No.
You know, or like, you know all the stuff.
We're really focusing first on what it means to play these games on your phone.
Yeah, all those things. No, that's not, I'm not one of those kind of, you know, reborn Xbox fans. I'm an Xbox console fan, okay? And I played Gears. My friends all the time played Gears 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody skipped Judgment. And now, you know, not this reborn one. Halo's, like, good old days. The good old days. Sid, he has an old man, good old days. And I'm happy to see what they're doing. No man left. Daddy Phil Spencer, no man left behind. What's up, Kyron? How you doing, man? That's right. Yeah, not this reborn Xbox fan. Like, oh, I'll go. Oh, you want to take me to the phone? Okay, take me to the phone.
I'm trying,
you know, I can't wait. I can't wait for what you show me on my phone. I can't wait. No. I don't like any of that shit. I don't like none of that stuff. And kumbayas and dude, we could go on and on and on. And I do. Nah. We're talking Xbox console. Xbox games. After the last 2 years, since Gears 4, right? Xbox games, besides Forza, we got to say Forza Horizon 4, polished game. Complete game. But since that, we had the Sea of Thieves, the State of Decay, the Super Lucky's Tales, Crackdown 3, a whole bunch from their first-party studios that have been disastrous. Now, they might seen some success here or there, but they were bad. So when Gears 5 came about, and they weren't showing a lot of single players and things like that, people were like, oh, you know, what's going on? You know, they were handling it very differently. Well, then they're like, you three play co-op with Jack. It's like, oh, you play as the bot? What's going on? They really didn't explain it. You know, they really didn't explain it. There was concerns. I've done bunch of concerns on this thing going, why? You've shown big gameplay. And I'm telling you, from the campaign that I played, there are like, just a little bit over halfway through, there are probably like 5 to 6 showpieces that they could have shown that would have been ideal for showing the campaign. But they chose not to. The thing is that this game, for a lot of people, this was justification that Microsoft knows what they're doing with their studios and that this is a turnaround point for the quality of gaming that Microsoft is going to deliver from their studios. That's where this was, Gears 5. That's why the influence on the Metacritic was so, like, this had to be Xbox's God of War. And you know what? The thing is, it's sort of like a team that just buys a whole bunch of like, you know, like buys a whole bunch of free agents, and everybody's like, this is the year that we go to the Super Bowl. I think a lot of people know that Gears and Halo are probably, and not even Halo I don't know as much, but Gears is probably going to be the best chance, quality-wise, of hitting that kind of, like, just trying to get there with that kind of game and that kind of score. Like, I don't know. Obviously, we haven't broke 70s for a lot of these other games before that. And 90 has been broken with Horizon. But just to get Gears up there as a 9 and say, yo, must play. Even though a lot of the reviews did say must play. And 85 and 86 is not bad. But I think mentally, to justify that Microsoft could output a game that's rated like that. And I think that's where a lot of the mentality went. That we were so deprived of games that would just bad quality. And there was a lot, and you know what's amazing is that there was a lot of defense for these games. Like, oh, I'm having fun with Crackdown. What do you mean? It's fun.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's fun. I think it's a great game.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Please. Microsoft didn't even have time for that game. They still, I think, got 3 maps. I would love to know what Crackdown 3 multiplayer is. I think there's only 3 maps. Still. I think. But guess what? You can't even find out. Because you want to know why? You can't even play a game. Because nobody's fucking playing it. Alright? So we don't even know. Microsoft didn't believe in that game. They destroyed that pro franchise. That franchise is done. Like, whatever it was, it's done. Like, I think people will giggle like you're a Crackdown 4. Like, yeah, sure, Phil, your favorite franchise. Mm-hmm. But it's been deprived so much that finally a game of quality standards coming out. And Gears is quality. It is. There's a lot of little shortcuts that I've seen people doing and stuff like that. Like, Gears 3 had some stuff that Gears 5 doesn't. But I gotta tell you, the game is a full game. Like, I'm enjoying it a lot. And it's quality. And it shows that they can do this. But the thing is that it's Gears, though. We knew Gears, Halo, Forza. Gears, Halo, Forza. We know that Microsoft loves throwing marketing money, loves throwing advertisements, loves doing everything that it does. The question and problem that people have is, why don't they do that with other franchises? Why don't they try to do that with creating new franchises? Why don't they support their other franchises, new IPs? That's the problem that people have. Like, that's why I'm like, when people like Gears, it's Gears. Gears has always been kind of there and that level. Like, Gears has never been like 60s and like Gears has always been 85, 90s. Like, it's been there. It's the tentpole game for them. So, like, it's not shocking that this game is sitting where it sits. And there's a lot of things I'm going to say about it, like, because I really like it. But I just think the whole thing, just talking about the Metacritic and the impact that this game had, I think a lot of people wanted to kind of say, well, this is coming out of studios. Now, my personal feeling about it is that I don't think Gears 5 is representative of what the quality of Xbox Studios as a whole can do. I think it's a quality standard of what the Coalition can do under Microsoft. But I don't think this is like, hey, this is coming out of Xbox Studios. Wow, what are they going to come out next? Collective? Silverback says, I'm shocked. What is, I know, like, this doesn't make all of a sudden, like, the Collective, like, oh my God, like, these studios are amazing. Like, no, Matt Booty himself said that those other studios that they acquired are make Game Pass games like those, like Hellblades and smaller games. Because think about it. This is the other thing. What's up, Wound Up Penguin? What's up? Because think about it. After Gears 5, what is there? Ori? All right, Ori will probably get maybe 90s and stuff like that. Ori's a great game. But it's not Gears or Halo. Like, it's not that kind of game. Bleeding Edge? Well, you guys, Halo 3. Ooh. Yeah, Battletoads.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go, go Ninja, go Ninja.
Oh my God, that is just atrocious. Like, that is... If that gets 80s and 85s, my God, Battletoads. Oh my God, that is just, I don't know. People, and again, people go to bat and fight for this Crackdowns. Oh, and State of Decay 2 didn't have any glitches. They fixed it on day one. Oh, dude. Those games were low rated for a reason. They were poorly implemented. They were poorly optimized. There were questions of Microsoft's quality. And what I'm happy about is that quality that came out of those games did not affect the Coalition. Like, I'm glad Coalition did not drop their standards. Like, this was my biggest thing as I'm getting into now Gears. I was concerned that Game Pass and the quality of how Microsoft was running those other studios and what they delivered, what they did with Rare and what is it? The State of Decay 2 devs, the Undead Labs or whatever they are, the Undead. And then, what they did with Crackdown 3, I'm like, oh my God, please don't make Game Pass games. Don't make Gears Game Pass games. And I'm proud to say, I'm happy that I was wrong, that my concerns have been avoided with Gears 5. That is the most complete game. There's no cutting out content for Game Pass. Granted, they got a bunch of microtransactions and a bunch of skins and all that other stuff, but everything has that, even $60 games. Even though it seems like they want to follow that Fortnite model with their Horde mode and with their escape mode. But the campaign being the size and content and story of what it is, and the depth of the multiplayer and all the modes that they're offering, I'm very happy from what I've seen that they have not compromised the game for Game Pass. Therefore, this makes this a Game Pass. Get this right now for $2 and play this game, because I don't know how long this goodness will last. You heard it here. Because I don't know how long this is going to last, because I could tell you guaranteed. And I think this came out also from a couple people. Shout out to Benji Sales. You know, that guy on Twitter. I think even Piscatella was talking about this stuff too. But I'm going to tell you right now. They're taking a loss on this one, because everybody who would go out and gladly spend $60 on Gears is getting it for what Sam Ash said, $2 for 2 months. Or
I'd buy that for $1.
They're taking a hit with this game. This game is no way $1, no way $2, no way $40. This game is a full content game sitting in Game Pass. It is robbery. So I encourage gamers and grinders alike, get out there and cash in that dollar.
I'd buy that for $1.
Go do it, because this is the best deal in gaming you're going to find. I'm telling you right now, this is the best deal in gaming that you're ever going to find, and I don't know this is going to happen again. It's a Garuda. I hate Xbox, but my fellow gamers on the Xbox side like Gears 5, then I'm going to get into Gears 5. And Savage Yoga bought the physical copy. So Savage, hey, Grant, good job for you. Good job for you, man. Hey, if you want to support it and buy it that way, hey, it's great. It's worth it. There's no, see, and this is the thing. These type of games, Gears 5 going into Game Pass, those are the kind of games that make Game Pass valuable. Putting in a bunch of indie games and putting in games that's like, hey, I wouldn't buy this. I'm glad it's in Game Pass. That doesn't do anything for anybody. Okay?
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
That's what I call it. You know, putting in a mediocre game in Game Pass, that doesn't say, oh, what a value. Or people going, oh, I wouldn't have bought it, but it's in Game Pass. That's not the way to sell that shit. No. You put games in like Gears 5. And you put those coming in, like, I'm not going to say every month, because that will be a little greedy. You put in that every 3 months, a game like Gears 5 with that amount of content, that amount of polish. Well, I don't want to say polish, but that amount, polish, semi-polish, there's glitches, but that kind of production, that's what I meant. Production, that's the P word that I was looking for. Inside Game Pass, and you put that in there. Now Game Pass looks valuable. Now Game Pass is like, whoa, because that's a deal. Game that's $60, I'm getting it for $2, or I'm getting it for $10. That's a deal. But you could get a game in that say, hey, it's $40. Well, first, it's overpriced. Secondly, it sucks balls. Oh, but it's in Game Pass, so I'm going to play it anyway. That don't do anything to move Game Pass. Dollar General Game Pass, that's right. Dollar General Pass. They can sell at the dollar store for that price, right? But what I'm saying is that that's the kind of things that add value to Game Pass. And they know that. If you look at all the advertisements, exactly, Silverback. Where's Silverback? We got to hit Silverback. It has the right thing right there. Right thing. What are we going to do?
Ha ha hardy har har.
Exactly. Every 3 months? That's wishful thinking. He said it's every 3 years. And you're right, Silverback. That's been the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. And know what else? It builds upon it. Because now after Gears, what do we get? Halo, right? It's Halo. So now we got to wait to Halo. Oh, here we go. Like, let's round that up. And now they'll keep adding content to Gears. And we wait to Halo, which is next year. And I'm going to take my little steps. And I'm going to go walk across the side. And didn't want to get to it right now. But you look at what the Sony got. It's like, I hate saying that line, but hit after hit after. They got games of that production, games of that kind of level, just from what they've shown. 2 and 3 of them under their belt, and after they just released 2 and 3 of them. They're just, it's crazy. They got Ghost. They had Days Gone. Now, Days Gone got a 71, glitches and stuff like that, but you want to know what? That's a big-ass game. It's a playable game. It's a fun game. I like it. Now, I'm going to say it's not no game of the year, but you know what? I think that was lowly scored, just like Gears was. I think 6s and 7s for Gears 5 is bullshit. Darkside, what's up? Strap says this sounds like a late night infomercial. But wait, Strap, there's more. Just for 3 easy payments. But I'm just telling you right now, gamers, Game Pass, play Gears. That's it. Use it. Use it now, because I don't know how long Microsoft is gonna let the kid at do this discount thing, because they're taking a hit with this, and they have sacrificed the game out there for Game Pass to get those subscription numbers, man. Wow. And Swerve, I know. I'm seeing it. Gears 5 only topped the 9,000. Today is Gears launch day. I was going to just check it. I was going to see how it's doing. I don't know, man. I don't know. What's the deal? The deal is that it's $1. Oh, Strap. I was just saying, like, games like Gears 5 and Game Pass being at the production round. Now, if you don't like Gears, you don't like Gears. But that type of game with that kind of the content of the multiplayer and the content of the single player for Game Pass, go buy that for $1. Like, that's the best deal in gaming right now, just to play that game. So that's what I'm saying. Just like, that's the best deal to do it right now, because I don't know how Microsoft's goodwill is going to last, because I don't know. I have a feeling that Rod pushed a lot for this game and did not want to compromise it for Game Pass. Instead, he made it more accessible for Game Pass, but I don't think he compromised with the content for Game Pass. And I vow that that's a great job on him. And I wondered if he had to fight tooth and nail to get that. Exactly, Sam. I did the same thing. I got my 2 months. I'm good until to November, and then we'll see. What's up, guys? Code. How you doing, man? Yeah, I know, Strap. Like, I don't want to be saying those words, but it is. It's not. I wouldn't say a desperation move, but it is a risque move from them to just take this game and put in Game Pass. And what I was saying before regarding the Game Pass stuff is that Gears 5 advertisements all over the place. Do you know what's underneath the little green bar that's underneath every single Gears 5 poster that's all over Times Square, that's all over the country? Xbox Game Pass. Not Xbox. Not Xbox and PC. It says Xbox Game Pass. This is the bet, man. This is the bet. This is it. It's not. I'm telling you, Game Pass is not an option. It is what Xbox has become. Xbox is Game Pass, and it hurts a little bit, because I've spent years watching them market and supporting them and watching them build a brand out of when they had nothing. They didn't belong in the gaming industry. It was Sony, Nintendo, and Sega. And they justified themselves there. And I had to say, oh, wow, this is great. They're doing things that nobody else is doing with online. And then justifying it, and the marketing attempt to go global at the 360 and compete. And even them competing this generation early on. Just to see it all fizz out over the last 2-3 years. And slyly. It just ticks me off so much. Like, it ticks me off, but that's what it is. It's Game Pass. So that's why I think Gears 5 is the end of like unless Rod fighting tooth and nail to do it, but maybe Microsoft's willing to let these franchises be what they are to not piss off fans, but they're going to give us Game Pass fodder in between. I don't know. But we will see. And now I want to talk with Gears 5. So, talking with Gears 5. The concern of playing Jack and all this other stuff, I'm going to tell you. The campaign is not 6 hours. Now, and I'm not going to spoil it too much, but what I'm just going to do is break it down. Sam Ed says, like, I fully admit, Gears 5 is a quality game, but Microsoft has clearly made this game feel like it's only worth $2. Yeah. I know. It's really insane. Like the whole concept of this. Like, I really don't think that it is going to be number one in NPD. No way. Like, it's not. Just because of Game Pass. And then people are gonna be like, well, I thought you said Game Pass increases sales, like Sea of Thieves. Well, Sea of Thieves was the middle of friggin' May or March, April, when there was nothing there. Gears is coming out with Borderlands 3 and stuff like that. Gears 5. I don't know if Gears will be one on MPD. Who knows? But you got to think. And if it's not one on MPD, then you really got to see, yo, Microsoft, did you make a smart move? Because how many of those people are staying in Game Pass that signed up for Game Pass? You know? That would have went and bought the Gears 5 and would have bought the console and would have made Gears number 1 on MPD. We don't know. We're going to have to see that. The impact of what Game Pass has done to Gears. That's what we're going to see. Because I think Mooch said this too. Like, Mooch is like, you know, everybody who has Game Pass, the casuals don't want Game Pass because the games like Madden and Call of Duty are not in there. The guy that just wants to play one game. But the person who would have went out there, the Xbox fan who would have went out there and bought Gears 5 Ultimate, boom, 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 those guys are going, a majority of them, except for Savage. I'll shout out to Savage. He bought the game. But I could probably guess a majority of them are going to go through the Game Pass route. And especially PC guys. It's on Steam. Steam might do a lot of digital sales, maybe, and not deal with the Windows 10 store. And, you know, maybe they'll support it. I saw tons of PC players on. I've been playing on PC myself. You know, it runs great on PC. It is glitches. They just came out with some drivers, and it's really hard to stream with it. But just playing it on the PC, it's been fine. Like, I've been playing it at just under 4K. 60, 70 frames, and then I've been playing at 1080p 60 on my other computer. Yeah, it works fine with medium, and the other one I'm playing on ultra Texas. But it runs great on PC. It runs really well from what I played, and crashed a couple of times on friends, not mine, but I heard them crash a couple of times. They're like, "Oh, I crashed while I was playing online," but it's been running fine. Now, the biggest challenge that I had on Friday was that the campaign logs you into a lobby even though you're not doing multiplayer. You know? So, it's not drop-in, drop-out co-op, but you still got to create a lobby. So, when the servers were down, there was no way to play single player. I know. Hey, if people want to buy the game, I buy the game. But I'm going to say that, you know, with that option, people might buy it. People might just subscribe and get the game. But if that's your favorite, you know, I don't know. But I just think, like, and I said it in my tweets, like, I went off because I was pissed. You know, for every one step forward of making a great game, Gears 5 is a great game. Friday, people paid extra money, like Savage. Like people who upgraded Game Pass Ultimate. Us that didn't get it for $2. Or some people that didn't get it for $2. But the thing is like, you had early access. And your servers go down on Friday. All through the night. And nobody could play. They're never going to do this Game Pass subscription numbers. Unless it overtakes Xbox Live. You know. Which Microsoft is all about engagement. And I'm going to tell you exactly before I get into the Gears review, like, and I said this a couple of times before. What's up, Jemiah, man? How you doing? I said this before. What they're doing is the everything must go sell. Deal my spotting. What's up? Yeah, Phil just said, yo, come on, guys, come on. Phil will never say. We know what the Phil says. And he's been gone for a while, so he's like,
oh yeah. I'm never going to announce those numbers, baby. You don't need those numbers. It's about engagement. Oh yeah. And you're going to get all crazy when I'm going to put those games on your phone. He's back. I'm back. Oh,
yeah. He's back. That Phil. He's going to the phone. That's where he's going. He's going to phones. So he's in Cloud 9. He go to his phones. But what they're doing right now is not a fire sale. Not like the fires. But what they're doing, they're a big store, right? Everything must go sale. Everything 50% off. 75% off on the storefront. Okay? 75% off sales. Black Friday, doorbusters. Your $2 a month for Game Pass, listen to me, grinders. This is it. It might be a good analogy, might be a bad one. $2 or $1 a month for Game Pass, that's your Black Friday doorbuster sale. That gets you in the door. Gears 5 being in there, that content, ooh, that TV that was $2,000 is on sale for $200. Doorbuster. Get you to walk in the store. Now, when you get there, you know Black Friday. They only had maybe 2 of those TVs. But guess what? That TV did its job. Even though you're not walking out with the $200 TV, they got you in the store. That's what $2 Game Pass is. $1 Game Pass. It gets you in. Now, while you're there, all right, you know what? I needed some batteries. You know what? I need a blender. That's on sale. Well, it's only a few dollars off while I'm here. So I'm here. They don't have the TV that I wanted. I'm just going to buy the blender. I'll buy them batteries. You know what? Or maybe I'll buy another TV. Oh, this TV's on sale. Now you're in Game Pass. Oh, I came for the Gears on. Oh, what's this racing game? I want to try this racing game. Oh, what's this indie game? Blair Witch. Don't play that. Oh, what's this game? I want to try this game. Now you're in the store. You're shopping around. Oh, I could try this game out. I could play this full game for within my subscription. Now you're there. You're in the store. They did their job. The doorbuster got you in. Now let's see how long you stay. And Phil and company is banking that you will stay in Game Pass and just let it subscribe you. $10, $2 will turn into 10, and then we'll keep you at 10, just like every other subscription. I just had the Xfinity guy show at my house. He goes, "Oh, how much you paying for TV?" What happens if I tell you I could give you a TV for $50? Oh, you can? Yeah, 2-year contract. No. But then, because guess what, after 2 years, then I fight with you when you make it 70, 80, 90, 100, and I ask for promotions, and you go, "Oh, sorry," and I'm there with a $100 bill now, all of a sudden, from $50. Now, that's what they're doing with Game Pass. They're making you get in the door with Game Pass for $1. Then guess what, bro? Before you know it, while you're out there eating Thanksgiving turkey, Phil Spencer's charging your credit card $10. Oh, shit, I forgot to cancel. Then guess what? Now you're opening up Christmas presents or for the holidays with the family, drinking the eggnog. Woo! Phil Spencer got your credit card. There's another $10. Holy shit, oh my God. And New Year's Eve, Phil Spencer, there's another $10. And there you go. Phil Spencer got your card. And then you forget about, oh, the kid's going back to school. Oh, Phil Spencer goes slap that card. Slide that gold, crack up the ass. Give me that $100, $10, another one. What's up, Stardust? How you doing? What's up, Meds? How you doing? $15. Phil Spencer swiping $15. Players United. Players United. He's there. He got the prices. He got the prices. Phil's that's it. That's right, Sam Ash. You cancel that auto renewal. Take that card out of Phil Spencer's hand. Because that's what he's doing, man. You're out there. Oh shit, it's Valentine's Day. I gotta go buy the chocolate. Phil Spencer got your card. There's another $15. Now Phil Spencer just made fucking $80 off of you because you wanted to try out Game Pass. And Phil Spencer's, there goes Satya. Phil, great job, Phil. Got him. Oh shit, and then they forget we get Ninja playing. Go Ninja, go. Go Ninja, go Ninja. Get him on there, get him on there. There you go. Phil Spencer with the slide the crack up the ass. That's what he's doing. That crack up the ass. There he goes. You're out there, Christmas time. There goes Phil Spencer. Charge that credit card. So that's the analogy I have for Game Pass. Like, that's the whole thing. But like I said, be careful, grinders. Go play Gears 5 with Game Pass. Cancel that auto renewal, like Sam Ash said, and play that game. Because I'm going to tell you right now, as I go into Gears 5, the campaign just by itself. Now I'm only up to Act 3, halfway through Act 3. It is the best story and writing from a Microsoft game that I've ever seen. And I'm going to say it here, and if some grinders are out there, diehard Xbox fans, you might not like this, but it has a little bit of that pony or Sony dust. A little bit of that character feel. Like, you care about the characters. It's the little stuff when I watch the cutscenes and listen to the story and the banter. When I did all those games, like with Atreus talking to Kratos, and just the kind of the writing and the story interaction, and just how they told the story with the environments, how they told the story through the environments. Microsoft Coalition followed some of that stuff, and they have a lot of that kind of, and I think it's with that mocap, with the face emotions, with the way the writing is, the banter going back and forth. I'm appreciating the story a lot, and coming from playing a lot of those Sony first parties games and the way they tell their story and appreciate their character, I see that in Gears 5, and that's the one I have to commend them on, that because the story, now I don't know where it's going to go, but just the way that they're telling it, and also too the way they made Kate and Del interact. I had no interest in playing those two. I was like, huh? But they did. They call it the Sony template. Is that what they call it, Rozzy? It's a little bit of that pony dust. They sprinkle that stuff in. They watched, because the way they made you care about those characters, I didn't care. Like, I didn't want to play as them. I'm like, come on, Marcus, the son, the Falcon, what's going on? I don't want to be going off the snow. And they did it so far. Like, and I'll say one of the biggest telling things is the end of Act 2, and that's all I'll say. But the end of Act 2 is a good storytelling with the environments, with the character interactions, and there's a feel that it's really good. But that's what I have to say. Like, it definitely feels like those kind of games with the single player campaign. The thing is I'm going to get back to the single player, but the thing with the multiplayer is that the multiplayer is fine-tuned. They added some cool things. They added like countdowns to the weapons on the map. The hit detection, I feel, is a little bit, it's nicer. It's more solid. You don't feel like you're shooting into a blob. There's some tactile feel to it. The Lancer has a lot more stopping power, so it makes it friendly to people that just want to run you down with shotguns. Also, the shotguns do hit you further away, so you don't have to get too close to somebody to kill them with one shot of a shotgun. You can get them further away. So, I don't know, but I tell you, the thing that Laura Bailey did a great job on just the emotion and her fighting, the struggling and stuff like that. Let's see where it goes. I heard the ending kind of just kind of ends, so I'm a little disappointed with that, especially if you're going to make 2 or 3 year differences between games. I don't know why Microsoft has this whole, like, let's leave on a cliffhanger. It's like, no, stop teasing. That's like what you do at your press conferences. Well, you saw E3. Well, wait till you see XO19. It's like, shut up. Stop it. Shut up! Please. Just stop it.
No deal.
Barbecue sauce, what's up, man? Yeah. Please. Just stop that stuff. Like, you really don't want to, you don't want to be leaving on cliffhangers when your game's like 3 years, here comes the next one. Like, they did it at Halo 5. I don't know why they continue to do it. I'll see. I'll comment on it when I get to it with Gears, but from what I heard, it kind of leaves it like that. So, a little, I wanted to have some closure, some closure with that, but no. We will see how it goes. What the hell's my thing? There it is. But, hey guys, share the video. Let's get the grindhouse. Built up. We're gonna get to more single player. So, let's get back to the single player stuff. So the way you want all the juice. So the way that the campaigns are broke down is that Bob Jabroni. Yeah, please don't put spoilers in the chat because I gotta see it. And if you want my real, genuine Grinds My Gears reactions, don't spoil it for me. Otherwise, I'll know the ending is. So, so like Act 1 is traditional Gears style, like balls to the wall, big enemies that we haven't seen before. Finally got a Swarmac, like a big Brumac. I asked what the hell the Brumac was in the Gears 4. Finally. So, like, you got some big enemies, you got some new leeches things and all this other stuff, possessed D-bots that we saw in the trailer. You get all this stuff going on. Then, all of a sudden, in Act 2, it does that open world thing. So what you see, there's a snow in Act 2, and then there's an open area 1, a spoiler, I guess, whatever, in the desert for Act 3. So the two middle acts are the open world segments, or semi-open world, and that's what I'm going to talk about. But the first act, which is probably about 4 hours, 3 hours, I would say, 2 to 3 hours like that. The first act, boom, maybe less than that. I don't know. I think it was like an hour and a half. I don't really do the timing and stuff, but it was lengthy enough that I didn't finish it, and I was like, oh, it's done already? It was long enough. But it was like, man, I just wanted Act 1 and just go, you know? And then when I got to Act 2, it kind of got slowed down because now it's like, oh, here's the skiff. You're in the snow. Go here. And I'm like, oh, a little bit of downtime. Like just like driving the skiff through this empty world. No animals, no enemies, nothing. Just ice and snow and cliff and things you could jump off of. Nothing. And I'm going to get into that part. And then you get to your checkpoint, and then when you get to your checkpoint, it's like a traditional Gear style game move. And it has the set pieces, all that other stuff, good battles, awesome. Then you're like, okay, we're done. Get back on the skiff, and then you drive to the next checkpoint. And I'm like, oh, I would love for it just to go from like big battle, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we got to get to this tower. And then the next act starts, it's like you see them walking up to the second tower. It's like, now we're at the second tower. Let's go. And now, yeah, do that. I think that's the way to go. Like, instead of like, oh, let me get on the skiff and drive around, and then I get to the mission, and, you know, and then do that. And that happens for about 4 or 5 missions like that. Now, granted, there's some little side missions where you could go in a tunnel, fight a snatcher thing, and, you know, and do some collectibles, which they're not showing up as of today. I think they fixed it. But there's no enemies. Now, and that was my biggest thing. It kind of brought me down a little bit. I'm like, oh, but they still got the story and the emotion and the banter and stuff. It still kept you involved with the characters, but it was just kind of like, I felt like single player filler in it. Like and I think that's where a lot of the criticism, the reviews came, because I think some reviewers gave Coalition the benefit of the doubt, going, they're trying something different. And I think some reviewers just get like, oh, this kind of like brought the game down a notch. And I think the open world areas, I think that's where the majority of the score was pretty much affected, because they you know, I think it was a hit. I think it was a shot in the dark. Like they tried to do something with it, and some people appreciated it, that welcomed the change, and some people just said, no, man, this is not fleshed out. And I think that's where a lot of the reviews came from. Like, I think a lot of people, like, you know, had different opinions on that. Yeah, and that's the thing. So the thing, my one criticism I have to say about the campaign is that open world thing, where I felt that the whole riding on the skiff thing really didn't add any value to the game. Like, I don't think it added any value to the campaign. First off, Dell sits in the front in a turret that he never shoots. You know, he sits in the front. See, as a turret, like, drives, like, there's a turret. Nope, don't shoot it. You know? I was like, okay, like, we're sitting in the front. Like, there's no combat. Like, it would have been cool if there was, like, you know, if there was enemies that were also on a skiff, or, like, their version of a skiff, and they're, like, you have a little bit of vehicle combat on your way to the checkpoint, and, you know, you know, Mad Max. Like, you have some vehicle combat. You could bounce them off the skiff, and have a bunch of, like, locusts or swarm, like, go crashing down, or they're using maybe like an animal, and they're riding on an animal that's there, like one of the snatches or something like that. And yeah, like, have some enemy encounters as you're doing that, because there's nothing. There's no crafting. There's no shops. There is no, like, leveling up any kind of weapons. There's no attachments to weapons. Nothing on that end. And that's where I think a lot of it fell flat. There's no town. Like, the town you go into, like, you don't go back to it. And you didn't do anything in the town anyway, because the town didn't have any shops. Or, like, they could have added an economy, some shops, some side missions, helping with some random events. Like, there's some guy in the snow that's like, hey, help me here. And the locusts are getting him, or the swarm are getting him, and you could save him. And that guy could give you a mission. Like, just something to flesh out that open world. but there's nothing. It is just hold the trigger and drive to your checkpoint. And if you want to go to side triggers. But the other problem that I had, yes, remember that? That's right, guys. Code, like the guy, the beast out of the locust that will fly on. Yeah, they will fly on the beast. Like, there are so many different enemies that they could have introduced. And so many kind of enemy encounters that they could have done and took advantage of an open world. But they didn't. And it kind of feels like two separate games. It's like I felt this like balls to the wall crazy action in Act 1, and then it kind of took a slowdown in Act 2. But when I got to the checkpoints, the action was there. So I'm glad they were able to do it. But, like, shops, crafting, side missions, enemy encounters, vehicle combat, that's the kind. And you want to know what? Those are the kind of elements that they needed to add to get those extra review points. Like, that's the kind of stuff they needed to do. Like, and I think that's where a lot of the lower scores came from, the 80s and stuff, because they're like, oh, like, you just gave me an empty world to stole my game. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, we got semi-open world, but there was really nothing there. You gave some side missions where I could kill a bunch of horde or something like that and really just collect some items to upgrade Jack. And then on top of that, like, the whole, like, only 2-player co-op, like, with that huge open world, and I'm not going to spoil, but they could have done 4-player co-op in the next act. Like, there's people with you, 4 players and 2 players. Majority of the time, you're with 4 people. You know? And I don't know why they didn't do 4-player co-op, especially in that open world like that. But one of the issues, though, that I do have, and that affects the exploration of the skiff and that whole thing, is they still are using the same kind of animation. So I give them a lot of credit for making Gears do what they do in that open world with the animations that they have. The roadie run, the slide, you know, the using cover. Like, they use the same animations and same mechanisms that they do in a traditional Gears match. But in that open world, there's no, like you can't jump over anything. You can't jump over anything. You can't, like, climb a cliff. You can't, like, break a wall and you know, destroy a wall and go through it. Like, there's no destructible stuff in that sense, or there's no animations for exploration. Like, I don't know if they would take Gears and give them, like, give them Tomb Raider or give her you know, Nathan Drake animations to, like, climb and jump, but the restrictions that you have being in the Gears world with that roadie run and with you know, they added a sliding, like, she slides down hills now, like, so sort of like Tomb Raider, like Lara. She goes down Tomb Raider. She also goes through cracks, like, does that Tomb Raider cut into a crack or going on the, you know, a thing. So they do have those animations in there, and they try to do the exploration, but just being restricted in that Gears environment without expanding the animations doesn't really warrant exploration. Like, you could basically see where you can go. There's a lot of invisible walls, and there's a lot of restrictions. And exactly, Wound the Penguin, this is not Zelda Breath of the Wild. But the problem is that they gave you a Breath of the Wild vision without Breath of the Wild mechanics. And that's where I think a lot of the criticism comes with that whole skiff thing. Like, it's interesting. It's something that they're doing. But they could have just done just like the motorcycle scene in Gears 4, where you had some control of the motorcycle scene. Things were blowing up, and it was more action to get to your checkpoint with the motorcycle scene. With the vehicle. That's right. Here comes Savage. Here comes Savage with the facts. Here comes Savage with the facts. He helps me with doing this. That's right. That's right. Here it is. Gears 1, the krill for the vehicle. That's right. With the flashlight. Yes. With the big light on there. You know? That's right. Gears 2 with the Brumax on the vehicle. That's right. You drove the Brumac in Gears 3. Gears 3, you had the Locust on the balloon craft. That's right. What's up, Life and Time? How you doing? That's right. Savage, thank you so much for that comment. Comment of the day there, because he broke it down to show you that there were vehicle segments in those. And Gears 4, which he didn't mention, that Gears 4 had that motorcycle scene, which was action-packed jumping and all this other stuff. You could go left and right, but you couldn't explore. But it was the vehicle scene. And Gears 5 vehicle is just getting from point to point with some exploration. So, yeah, that's where I think it hurt me out to that. Because that's really, like, there were those scenes. And I could think of a million things that they could have added to that skiff segment to add value, to add more to the game, and they didn't. Yeah. See, Garuda doesn't like the new Gears of War. He liked 1, 2, and 3, and he saw the quality. I think Cliffy B did bring something to the game. You know, that he's just not there anymore. So Rod is kind of running the show now. What this is, but I do think Cliffy brought something to that game. Like that made him. Like, I know he worked on Unreal, but Gears of War was his baby, and he made that. That made him, man. He's living large right now. Maybe not after the studio closure, but he's doing well, I'm sure. And it was all on like Gears money for 360. You know, I'm sure that put him as a huge developer. Like, that was his thing. And they had vehicle segments in all those. But they did a good job in Gears 5. Like, they did a good job with the set pieces. They did a lot different. It's just that it's not enough to really, it needed to have, like, vehicle combat. It needed to have, like an ecosystem, a leveling up system. You know? It needed that stuff to bring it to the next level. Those are the risks they needed to take. And again, they kind pussyfooted around, like they really, like, we took some risks, and they weren't fully realized. And I think that's where it didn't hit the echelon of the next step. Because I think if it did all that other stuff and really added like vehicle combat, things like that to it, I think, or like some like almost like real open world stuff to it, I think it will. And change the animations, change the engine. Like, I can tell you right now, like, Call of Duty has like the biggest interest to me right now after I played that 2v2, and I know you can download the beta right now, the alpha, if you pre-ordered it. But like, the thing is that God of War, I mean Modern Warfare changed the engine finally, and it feels different. Like, they took a change. Like they scrapped it. They did something new. Yeah, it might play the same, but it doesn't feel the same. And God of War did the same thing. They took a third person action game, like, you know, an isolated action thing, like a Devil May Cry, and turned it into basically like a Gears, like over the shoulder, or like a Last of Us type thing, like over the shoulder, you know, slower. Meanwhile, it was like a Devil May Cry over the top action and stuff like that. And they took that risk, and they did it with storytelling and graphics, and they just did it. And I think Gears needs that now. I think this would have been a great opportunity to kind of say, we're going to be Kate, and Kate's going to have a whole new set of animations. She's going to have, like, clambering. Like, she's going to jump over stuff. She's going to be able to climb. Maybe she has, like, a hook shot that she could explore. Like, Kate is total, because Kate's not a cog. Kate was an outsider. So maybe she has a new set of abilities that the other Gears cogs don't have. You know? Maybe she learned to climb, and she learned to, like, to survival, maybe even survival elements. You're in the snow, and nobody says anything with, like, hey, you know, where's a campfire? It's hot, it's cold up here. You know, they say it's cold, but there's no kind of a little survival. Like, you know, maybe you got to find cover. Like, they could have added a lot of stuff to really deepen that open world, and they didn't. And I think that was the downfall of the campaign. But I say the story, the action, the environments, the graphics are great. But I really, the skiff thing really brought it down for me in the fact that I was just like, just get me to the next checkpoint. Like, it was almost like a loading screen. But the story has been great. They've been really exploring that Kate thing, and I like where they're going with it. And, you know, I can't wait to see where it is. Again, I didn't finish the game, but I really like to see where it goes now. I'm in the desert part, and, you know, we're doing something now. It's a little tedious, and I kind of see where this is going to go, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to go to this checkpoint, and this. I just hope that the checkpoints are closer so I don't have to drive that skiff. There's nothing. It's empty. Like, what they shown, there's empty. Maybe there's some scenes with lightning or something like that they got to avoid, but there's nothing there. It might as well be a load screen. And I think that was the biggest gripe I had with the campaign. So we'll see if it gets better. And then the 4 is supposed to be like back to Act 1, where it's traditional kind of, let's do this. Like, I wish they just did Act 1, and they took the missions from 2, and even 3, and just put them right next to each other. Boom, 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 boom. And not pad it out with this kind of open, like, let me drive around in this open, dead area. no crafting, no like adding attachments to your weapons, no like adding enhancements to your weapons. Instead, you find these components all over the place and you add abilities to Jack, or you level up his abilities, which Jack actually turned out to be pretty cool, like an R2-D2 type guy. I don't know if I would want to control him, but the fact that he adds some depth, some interesting way you could possess, you could shock, you could set traps, you could do. I like how they implemented Jack. Like, that was something that was new to the gameplay, and I think a lot of reviewers really should have highlighted that kind of thing. But I think that because they've thrown too much at it with the whole like open world skiff and all this other stuff, I think that's where it is. Because I don't know if there's a new game plus, but I could tell you this: I don't want to go back. There's no new game plus for this. Like, I'm not going back to say, let me drive that skiff around. I want to explore. No. Not like God of War. Let me go see the Valkyries and stuff like that. It's not it. So, we'll see where it goes. Now, regarding the multiplayer, like, I already had a show where I'm like, is it enough? And the multiplayer, not a lot of new game modes. I was a little disappointed with the amount of game modes in there. They got like team deathmatch, they got escalation, they got King of the Hill, like, but nothing like, they don't have any really cool new game modes like capture the flag or capture the meat flag, where you have to capture the guy and take him back to your base like a hostage. Like, nope. Don't have any of that. No cool like game modes and stuff. Instead, arcade mode it is, which is a bunch of just tweaked weapons which is basically like a Counter-Strike with enhanced headshots for the Lancer and basically no shotguns. Now, Horde mode, I never even played Horde mode in 4. I haven't tried it in 5, and I haven't tried escape mode either. But you need people to play that. I don't think you can play with randoms, like just going to Horde mode. And you know what? And I like what they said too. Like they're like, oh well, there's no of those Horde modes in the game. You know, there's a lot like, oh, Jack is opening up the door. Here come a whole bunch of enemies. So it's sort of like a Horde mode where it's like, he's opening the door. Let's fight a whole bunch of guys. But every game kind of has that, I guess. But that's kind of my taste of Horde mode. Like, I really don't want to go in unless I have people to like go really play Horde mode. But I'm not a huge Horde mode fan of it. And yeah, and that's kind of what it is. Again, get you in the door, you know, and get you to kind of stay in there. They're going to add new characters every 3 months. They're going to add new maps every 3 months with the operations. And, you know, yeah, Max Payne had a cool game mode. That's right. Max Payne 3 had a good one. But, like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Logical Nonsense. Thank you. Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that like button. Oh, I should have. New Age Games, Garuda is going in on that. But, yeah, like, I think they did a great job. I definitely suggest everybody to go play it. Now, where it goes with the campaign, we'll see, but I really like the story they're telling. I like the things that they're doing with it, and I'm excited to where they take it. Now, the thing is that it's one game. Microsoft bet a lot of money on it. They put a lot of money, a lot of marketing. It's just one game. In my opinion, as my fan, my thing, I gotta put Gears 5 as together. But my thing as a fan, I think Microsoft needs a bunch of these type of things. Dude, they do. Like, they need more of this. They need, like, hey, here's this, and now we got another one coming out, a banger coming out in February, and we got a banger coming out in June, and and then Halo comes out in September. That's what Microsoft kind of needs to do. Not go, oh, here's Bleeding Edge.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hell yeah. Here's a multiplayer game that's really $20, but it's in Game Pass Day 1. And then Phil Spencer that's the thing that kind of gets me. It's like, we're on a high right now. Like, this is what you need to be delivering on. Like, we can't come down from here now. Phil, dudes at Xbox, this is a high right now. Gears 5 is a high. Yes, there may be glitches. Yes, there may be some rushed elements. But you have told an amazing story so far. You have given us a full, impactful multiplayer This is a high point right now. Don't try to now spoon feed me some cheap ass, low animation Game Pass fodder from here. Because I'm going to be watching everybody who counted 85 to 86. Holy shit. And now we're going to go right back to 68s. With Battletoads? This is the problem. You're one-hit wonders. Okay? You're basically right now, you're Sir Mix-a-Lot with Baby Got Back. We're there. Right? Baby Got Back. One-hit wonders. We got Gears 5 coming right now. Don't start giving me some trash. And then I see everybody, oh, well, you know what? We had Gears, so we're good. You got to keep that ball rolling. And that's what I don't see. And that's what a lot of people don't see. And that's what we didn't see. So, the only opportunity Microsoft has right now is XO19. That's where they got to show Fable. They got to show make some deals. Do something. Don't rest on Halo for a year from now. And just and give people Game Pass fodder for the next year. You're right now at a high. This is a turning point. And from what I know that you got going on, and that's where a lot of this is going to fall on its face, because guess who's waiting in the wings?
And I got the squeeze.
And who waited for last night to announce Last of Us 2 media event. You know, Phil's good friends, his best friends, the guys he's shaking hands with, the guys he's patting on the back, his friends over at Sony. You know them, the Kumbaya guys who passed the marshmallows, please. They waited to the night before Gears 5 launched to announce a media event for the biggest game this world probably is ever going to see right now. Besides Half-Life 3, maybe. Who the hell knows? Last of Us friggin' 2. And because it's Last of Us 2, it gets another one. I'm going to tell you right here, guys. I was not a glorious Last of Us fan. I was like, what? I didn't feel it. But I got to I played it, focused and played it, because it came out right at the end of the generation. And everybody was talking next generation consoles. And I was like, okay, I played a little bit of the beginning. That beginning was insane. But I came back to it. And I played that. Jesus. The story, the gruesomeness, the characters. You felt, I liked it a lot. Now, the multiplayer I really haven't gotten into too much. But this second one, I'm hyped for. Because of what I played in the first one. I know a lot of people are. But this is the thing. Our good friends over at Sony are sitting like a snake. And they're waiting for Microsoft to just poke their little mouse head out. Is it clear? And as soon as they poke their mouse head out, Sony comes in with hiss. And Microsoft goes back into the cave. And Mouse Phil Spencer comes out and goes, I just want to play. I just want to play. Hiss. And then Microsoft goes back in the cave. They are waiting. They are not moving. They're just sitting there like a friggin' snake, waiting for the Microsoft mouse to just come out of its little house and go, we got... You want Azure servers? Hiss. Get back in there. They're waiting for them. They're sitting on friggin' news and games. And Microsoft can't even, like, Phil Spencer's out there just going, I just want to be friends with you, Snake. I'm the Microsoft mouse. I just want to be friends. Hiss. We're going to take your shit and hiss you back into the cave. And Microsoft mouse sits in there. And Nintendo's there as the gerbil sitting there going, we'll take your shit. They're sitting. They're just sitting and waiting. There's not, like, that's the thing. Microsoft needs to come out with the claws. They need to come at that snake. Instead, they want to be friends with the snake, and the snake's going to eat it. A snake can't be friends with a mouse. Okay, Phil? So either you puff up and give us more games like Gears 5 from those studios, get your booty.
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty.
Get that son of a bitch out there. And make some friggin' games. Because you cannot sit on Gears 5 and Game Pass, dude. I'm already seeing it. I'm seeing it on my friend. We're here with Grinds My Gears. We're going to go live right now. 9 o'clock. What the fuck? Why am I installing an update for this Xbox app? Oh. Let's go. 9 o'clock. My friends list. Xbox. Let's go. 44 people online. Let me count. 1. You know what, guys? Hit that like button, share the video out. I'm going to read off what everybody's doing right now. All 44 of my friends on Xbox. Here we go. Gears 5 Night for standard people. Buy that for $1.
Buy that for $1.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here's our segment. Going down the Grinds My Gears friends list. Here we go. We got Gears 5, Call of Duty World War II, Hulu Online, Gears 5, Home, Do Not Disturb, I'm watching Crunchyroll, Gears 5, YouTube, Home, YouTube, Gears 5, Roblox, Home, Final Fantasy X2, Gears 5, the Xbox app, Gears 5, Online, Home, Tom Clancy Division 2, Black Desert, Minecraft, TV, Pinball FX3, The Hunter, Call of the Wild, Netflix, Home, GTA 5, Home, Gears 5, Forza 4, Home, Sega Genesis Classics, Battlefield 1, Apex Legends, and Forza Horizon 4. That are 44 people on my friends list. It is Gears of War 5 Night. It is out standard edition for only $1. It has been out for 5 days, and I got 44 people online. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I can tell you that about 4 of those people right now are in a competition on Gears 5 that they're streaming probably right now on Mixer. So, legit people playing Gears 5 that just want to play Gears 5 and not part of some sort of competition is probably about 2. Because 4 or 5 of them are online because of that little thing that's been going on. I know that they were going to stream something. So, what do you think, Grinders?
Market share versus Nintendo and versus Sony's PlayStation?
The two metrics I really look at in the growth of this business is engagement of players. How many monthly active players do you have across any device? And what does your software and service revenue look like for those players?
Well, it's a profitable business today that's growing.
Is it profitable today?
Yeah.
When was it profitable? When did it become profitable?
I I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at it has been a good
I ask
business
you that
for,
because people speculate on that, on the profitability of the Xbox business.
we've said before the Xbox business is a profitable business.
But you never said really when or when. And, it's always
I
always
have
in
to go
coded terms. Like yeah, it was profitable.
Yeah, the Xbox business has continued to grow. We continue to invest in it. I would say it's not a business that we try to maximize the profitability. We see it as a growth business.
Very startup way of
but you need to be there. Like,
And I come to squeeze.
The biggest show, the biggest game. We had 8 people, 9 people playing. I know, Sawdust. So most of his friends right now on Xbox are either on Netflix, Call of Duty, but no Gears 5. And he's right. Who said it? Sam? Not Sam Ash. Who said it? Guys Code. Remember Marvel Spider-Man dropped? My whole friends list. When Marvel Spider-Man dropped, people were I was at the store when that game came out. People were crazy for the console. People were going crazy. Let's check good old B&B. Best of the buys. Let's see how that Gears console is doing. Gears 5. But it's not sold out. It's $500. Let's check all the areas. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody has it. Nobody's outsold. Nobody has it. There's only 1 left in one store. 3 left in another store, but the rest of them are just... Well, how many did they ship them? So, the Gears console is not sold out, and that's been on sale since last week. So, that's a cool-ass console, too. And I said, this is the game. For the amount, this is the thing. For the amount of effort that went into the review scores, the clamoring about this thing, it's like you would think. But nobody cares. And I'm in shock, too, because there was a group of friends that I played all these games with. Like, when Gears came out, and I said, I'm not this new age Xbox fan. When a game came out like a Halo, like Gears, that was the night that, man, I would play the game either at midnight and people would be yelling at me saying, how is it? How is it? I can't wait to play it after work, after work, after work. It's not that anymore. I also think Microsoft hurt themselves a little bit doing this Ultimate 5-day early edition. I think that it kind of segments the big day. Like, I think they should just made it last Thursday, Friday anyway, and just have his Emergence Day or Re-Emergence Day or some kind of big day and make that day a big day. Instead of having, well, it came out Thursday, but we got to play it on Wednesday, and, and then now it comes out today, and it's kind of weird because it's like, well, when did it come out? Because I was confused. I thought it came out Friday, and I was getting to play 3 days early, but instead it came out today. But the console looks amazing. And this is the thing. Maybe we're all wrong, Grinders, for you talking about the way the new Microsoft is, because they did everything. And this is probably where I'm going to go with this, is that they did all the marketing. Greenberg was tweeting out all photos of Times Square, and they got this thing all over the place. They did the console that everybody wanted. They did the console. They did the marketing. They put Batista in the game. Holy crap. I can't wait to play as Batista. Because that's cool. They cross-promoted with Terminator. I love playing as the Terminator in there. And Sarah Connor. That's awesome. They crossed with a big movie coming out in the next couple of weeks. They put those guys in the game. They made their game timely and relevant. They did everything that we complained that they didn't do for their other franchises. Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, they did stupid stuff. They had Major Nelson with white friggin' Mickey Mouse hands talking out his ass. You know? And now they finally did everything. And they're rewarded with what? 7, 8 people on my 45 friends online right now at 9 o'clock on Gears 5 launch night? And it wasn't even that big over the weekend. Or on Friday, it was dead. And then when it came on, it's still, everybody was just streaming the thing. And now we're going to, I don't know, man. I don't know. The problem I have right now, Life and Time, with them is that they're going to throw the money at Halo. They're going to throw the money at Gears. They throw their promotions at Forza trying to get those cars all over the place for their advertisements. This stuff. The problem is their commitment is not on expanding. Their commitment is not building new IPs and throwing money at new IPs. They come very timidly. Thanks, Plays United. Thank you. And as a friend, good job. But yeah, they add him very timidly. They approach very timidly with lack of confidence and not really showing a lot of the game and kind of talking about, not really marketing the game, making it more Game Pass fodder, So they really don't show that kind of effort. Where Sony took Days Gone and was marketing that game, and that was one thing. I was talking to Frog. Shout out to Frogs on the Plays United our podcast tomorrow night. It's the Ultra Preset podcast with Frogs, Merc, and Meds. But I was telling Frogs this stuff. I was like, the thing is, and I think going back to the Metacritic, kind of turn this thing at 360, going back to the beginning. This whole Metacritic thing. The problem is that what Sony did with Days Gone is that Sony showed a lot of the game. And they let the gamers decide based on what the gameplay and content that they showed and the story. And they showed that kind of stuff. What's up, Shadow? How you doing, man? They talked about that. They showed it. They let Game Informer get their hands on and talk about the game. They did that kind of stuff. And the thing is that they were able to make the gamer say, yo, this game looks awesome. I'm going to get this game. So that's when the reviews came out. It was kind of like, the game got this. Oh, okay, whatever. But from what I saw, what Sony showed me in their marketing and leading up to Days Gone, I'm going to like it. The problem with Microsoft is that they held the campaign so close. They didn't show this stuff. And they let people make up stories. I hear my friend on Twitter and DM me and said, don't worry about the campaign. And all this bullshit on Twitter. All this bullshit.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Meanwhile, they weren't showing campaign. They weren't showing all the new things. They made us play for a weekend. But they didn't show these big set pieces. What you're going to do. Did the same thing with Sea of Thieves. Where's the content? Oh, well, that's in beta. We'll show you. It didn't show us anything. It came out of nothing there. Crackdown 3. Where's the multiplayer? We're not showing multiplayer right now at E3. Excuse me. We're not showing a multiplayer. We're just showing campaign. Did you see Terry Crews? Did you see Terry Crews? By the way, did you see Terry Crews? I don't give a shit about Terry Crews. What about the cloud destruction? Did you see Terry Crews? Did you see him?
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Did you see Terry Crews? Where's the cloud destruction? The building's coming down. We're not showing that right now, the campaign, but you saw Terry Crews, right? He's right over there. He's in the game. It's I don't give a shit about Terry Crews. What's the multiplayer? Oh, we'll show it at Gamescom. There comes Gamescom. We'll show it at X-Zone 18. Joseph Staten, get down there. All right, I'm really happy to show this 2-minute video of some cutscenes on the multiplayer. Looks like shit. Okay, great. And let's move on from that. And you'll get to play it a week before. Oh, did I mention that you can't invite any friends to come play the game? Oh, that's great. They hid it. They showed lack of confidence. And that kind of stuff creeped into Gears 5 reveal. That's why everybody was like, what about the campaign? What about the campaign? So the problem is that they sent people to see Gears 5 campaign on Friday. And Friday, they sent them a week before, and they had them write up stuff on Friday before the game released. Jez Corda and all those guys went out there. They said, guys, campaign, remember that was last weekend. That was 2 weekends ago. When they're like, oh, the campaign, it has open world elements. They told us it's 12 hours, blah, blah, blah. But they couldn't show the gameplay. They could only talk about it in writing. So there was a little clip that went up on YouTube. Somebody grabbed it, and that was going around the Twitter. All right? So they held on to this campaign. And then they made that son of a bitch ninja. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Stream the whole game on Tuesday before the game comes out to everybody else who paid an extra money to go play it early. I agree, guys. Code Infinity was doing the same thing with Modern Warfare campaign. Last year, you didn't have a campaign. Don't you think you should be showing more of the campaign right now? Because last year was no campaign. Now this is the big campaign. Why are you people hiding it? You know? And for the stupid shit that Kojima's doing with his game, the trolling, the showing the characters, showing little bits of the game. But you know what he's doing? He's keeping people intrigued and showing the game. He's not sitting there on an Inside Xbox talking about, well, we would love to show you this, but we can't show you right now. But trust me, we're really working hard on the game. No, they're showing the game. They're showing the in-game models. They're showing some gameplay. Whether it's exciting or not right now, I think it's still trolling. We'll see where he goes with it. But they're showing the game. Concrete Genie, they showed a lot of that game. Like this, Sony shows confidence and support for their games. And I think the problem that Microsoft held the campaign so close to their chest, and they did it probably to make Ninja stream it and get that Mixer engagement. Because I think Mixer, they got Ninja, let's use him. Let him drive some traffic to our game and drive some attention and get that content. Because like Phil says, it's about engagement. So they needed those Mixer engagements. So what better they do it than let Ninja stream it before the world can stream it and hold the content from the reviewers. Jez Corden couldn't share gameplay. Trust me, what I played you can't see though. He couldn't show it. Microsoft had it on lockdown, but then they give it to Ninja and make him play it on Tuesday before the world plays it with early access on Wednesday. Yes, it's a marketing move, but it was foolish. Because if you showed just a couple of scenes of that campaign, I think a lot of people would have been more hyped for the game. I think a lot of people would have been anticipating this time. Not just the diehards, but I think it would permeate out into the market. See, the problem is that you're doing this too tight right now. The hype of the game, the people that want to play it, it doesn't transcend to the casuals yet because it's just too much right now. You needed to let that permeate through social media. You needed to show that campaign. There's about 5 scenes right now I could think that they could have shown. It's not going to ruin anything. But it would have been great to show like, wow, that is something really cool. But they didn't. So what happened was everybody waited to see this Metacritic. What is the score? Because I have no clue what the campaign is about. What am I going to do in the campaign? What are the side missions like? What does the skiff do? What do I do? Well, everybody waited for the scores because Microsoft held on to, hid some of the game and didn't show it. And therefore people are like, oh, well, I'm not buying it. It's this score. Like, that's the problem. Like, showing the game doesn't... See, showing the game is part of marketing. If you show the game, you get people engaged in the game. People might determine right there and then, I'm going to buy it. That looks cool. Now, whatever that review score is, unless it's trash, most likely you got a sale. You know? Because people have made their decision based on what they saw. But when you don't show anything, people are going to rely more on somebody else's opinion to tell them if they should buy it and not make their own opinion. If that makes sense to the world out there. By showing more of the game. You make gamers choose with their own opinion on it. Like, I like that. That looks cool. Oh, I can't wait to do that myself. But when you don't show it, then everybody's turning to Metacritic going, tell me if I should buy it because Microsoft is not showing it. Tell me I should buy it. You saw it. What should I do? And that's why the review score had such much impact on it. Because not only was it this was supposed to be their God of War, Xbox's God of War, because it's the closest they're probably going to get to a game even there, but the reliance on reviewers, because Microsoft held that campaign. And they could have showed it because it's impressive. That's the problem. It's impressive. And like Savage says, Kojima's going to show 49 minutes of Death Stranding at TGS. All right? Nobody's screaming spoilers. You know? Nobody's screaming out spoilers. And I bet you that's going to get people excited about the game. What the hell is going on? Hold on, there's some news here. Phil Spencer played the first Xbox Scarlet games this week. What? Phil Spencer, what is this trash? I tell you, sometimes Windows Central is like fucking propaganda. Oh my god. You know what, Phil? Yeah, I'm playing whatever. Yeah, we're gonna share this shit out. And also, too, like, the way, like, Rod, like, basically was, like, tweeting at, oh, you play as Jack, like, in a tweet. It was like, what? Like, it just, like, you got to own it. You got to tell people why they want to play as Kate, why they want to do that stuff. Like, that's what they need to do. But they didn't. Yeah. So this article just came out. I was just looking here. So let's see. You getting this grind style. We're reading this news here.
Don't do this, Derek.
Listen to your friend Billy Zane. He's a cool dude.
Today, Phil Spencer and Bungie Pete beat Boston's streamed Destiny 2. During the live stream, many gamers heard Spencer say he played the first Xbox Scarlet games this week. Xbox Scarlet is Microsoft's upcoming console. Today, Phil Spencer, first time I seem to have noticed this. You can take a look at his comment. I played first. I think that too. This whole Project Scarlet coming out next year and Microsoft announcing it, I think they're dumb. Because I think I saw some people on Twitter going, should I buy the new Xbox One X or the Gears one? I was like, oh, new console's coming out next year. Like, tell you that, just. Your Big Daddy Phil.
Who is your daddy?
That's right. Read that news. Well, anyway, he played first Scarlet games, but I thought there's no generation. So technically Gears 5 is a Scarlet game because it's just going to run better on the next one. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But you want to know what? I don't care. I don't care. And I saw a lot of people running around like, oh, 4K 60. It's dynamic 4K and 60 frames a second. Yo, it's very nice that it's running at 60 frames a second and what it looks like, the lighting and everything on Gears 5, but the thing is nobody's going to give you a 9.5 out of 10 because you're running at 4K 60 on a console. That's the kind of stuff that doesn't give you great. Because if that's the case, then guess what? You're getting a 6.5 on the base unit. You know, they don't give scores based off of how the game runs on the console. You know? Like, they're not going to do that. So, because that means that the X version gets like a 9, and then basically the S version or the OG Xbox gets like a 6 because it's 1080p 30. So, what's up, Yajiro? You know, so like you can't rate. Oh, it's running at 4K 60. What the hell? Like, why are my scores? It's like, huh? Exactly. No man left behind. So that means your Xbox One will play Skull games at low resolutions. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Dude, like, whatever. Whatever. I don't give a shit about Scarlet, really. I care less. Unless Phil Spencer comes out and saying there are Scarlet exclusive games, I could care less. I don't give a shit that these games are going to run better on the next-gen console. Who cares? I want to know about new games. I just want about new games and all. Like, I don't care about the hardware. What is this? What's going on? I'm just looking at the Twitter streets here. Games at preview. Oh, what am I saying? Ryan's saying it's at the preview event. I don't know. People are downplaying that Last of Us 2 shit. Exactly. See, Savage is on the base Xbox One. You don't get 4K 60. Oh, that means that your Gears of War is rated a 6.5. But the Xbox One X one's rated 9 because it runs 4K. Like, nobody gives out grades like that. All right? Nobody gets scores.
Don't do that.
You know? So, cut out. It's just, stop. The amount of stuff that went into this game, like, Jesus. It's a great game. Play it. Enjoy it. And continue to ask for better. Because I don't want to see this nitpicking stuff now. Like when we're picking at the top, and then all of a sudden Microsoft goes back to their bullshit and starts sending out some Game Pass fodder. And I see, we're back to the 60s and the 70s, Battletoads and Bleeding Edge and all that other stuff. And everybody's like, well, this is great quality from Microsoft. This is the quality of their studios. We still have Gears, though. Gears, no. Microsoft needs Gears 5 times 4 because I said this before. If you go back to listen to my video, why does Microsoft get no respect? The problem is they need to earn respect from gamers. You need to have more games. What's up, Jemiah? He's back. I don't think I have I'm back.
Put that cookie down now!
Now! You can't go back from Gears 5. This is supposed to be the turning point. Okay? But I think we all know the next game, here it comes, Bleeding Edge. And we're like, oh, well, this is just a February game. Like, no. Because Sony did. If you just talk about Sony, the snake that's just waiting. They had God of War, Detroit, Spider-Man. Then they got Days Gone. Another big game, a big game. Now the Ghost of Tsushima they're going to show. They still got Last of Us 2. They got Kojima's game. And who else? What else don't know? That's just what we know. 5 games. 6 games. What do you got? Gears 5 and it's like Halo. And Forza. The same games. That's been the problem. So XL19 is going to be, they're going to have to really, they're going to have to be like big budget Fable, another open world, new IP game. Like they got to show some big games because they got to. You can't just rest your laurels on Halo and Gears because look at the Gears excitement. It's worn, it's thin. I like the game a lot, but look at my friends list, 43 people. Let's see. Well, let's see.
Take it back!
43 people. Let's go back, guys. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. 43 people, 8 people playing. Gears 5. I would be happy if freaking 20 people were playing Gears 5. Like I said, 4 of them are on the thing. It's just, ugh. I don't know. Is it fatigue? What is it? I don't know. Dude, I don't know. But I think it's a great game. I'm not knocking the game at all. I'm like, because this is what I asked for. This is the kind of stuff that I expected from Microsoft because this is the stuff that they delivered on time and time again. But it only has been this, and that's the biggest problem of them all. No other games besides Halo, Gears, and Forza have received this type of attention, this type of marketing, and this type of quality. And Microsoft has to fix that. Because Nintendo they got Luigi's Mansion, they got Pokemon coming out, they're gonna have Metroid, bringing back to the thing with Metroid. They released so many freaking games already, and then they're getting exclusives. Astral Chain, which is really good. But I haven't played it yet, but the reviews, it's supposed to be really good. They're getting exclusive. They got the Marvel Ultimate Alliance and whatever it is, but still, it's a Marvel game and it's an exclusive. And I'm just saying, everybody's releasing multiple big exclusive games. And we got Crackdown 3 and Gears 5. It's like two bookends. It's like a dead open... Like the same thing with Crackdown 3. It's like you have this open world, but they really never made it modernized. Like, they never really made the open world worthwhile. It was a bunch of side missions to pull out the boss. No random crime, no cool missions, no nothing. It was go collect these things, and then the boss is going to come out and go kill them. And do that 6 times, and then climb the tower. That was a campaign. And then multiplayer 3 maps, good luck. Fire Emblem, thank you. Thank you, Sam. Yes, Fire Emblem. Hey, guys, like the video, share it out. Got 36 freaking grinders in here. Holy shit. 36 grinders. Like this video, guys. I'm back, baby. It's been a couple of weeks. Woo! Now I'm going to do reviews and shit. I want to tell you more about the Gears. Hopefully, I can't wait for the ending of it. But it's just, this is the high, man. Dave did everything. Everything that we said. The marketing. Well, the campaign, I already criticized on that stuff, but they did it all. And we'll see with MPDs. And we'll see, we'll see what moves. But, well, that was the other thing I wanted to check. Well, we hear grinders. Well, I got a whole bunch of grinders in here. I want to just see how we're doing here. I don't understand this mix of shit. Why 5,000 people listen to music? Free music. So Gears 5 is 29,000. It's the 4th stream game right now on Mixer. Well, let's see. Such low numbers. Twitch. Let's see what Twitch is doing. Just to see, trying to test interest, seeing if people I know a lot of people stream the campaign already, but let's see what Twitch is doing, because Twitch is real numbers. Mix is just 2,000 people. It's when the highest is 5,000. Hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Gears is 18. It's 15,000 viewers on launch night. So it's number 18 on Twitch. These freaking games. World of Warcraft, Fortnite, League of Legends, GTA 5, Just Chatting, Counter-Strike, Minecraft, Slots, Teamfighter Tactics, Dota 2, Apex Legends, Monster Hunter, Player Unknown, NBA, Escape from Tarkov, Tom Clancy's, Overwatch, and then Gears. And then old school RuneScape and Path of Exile. Oy. Yeah. Well, we will see. But that's Gears launch night. Now my friends list is just not really pumping either with it. Because I'm just saying, back in the old days, man, everybody, it would just stop. Your whole friends list would just be playing it. It was an event. Friends that haven't been online in months. Bobby Roode. Yeah. But friends that haven't been online in months and stuff like that will just everybody will come together on the launch night and stuff. And none of my friends are on it. Man, we used to play all the time. I just don't know, man. Don't know. But anyway, guys, I hate to leave all you guys here, but I've said my piece, and I definitely want to continue the game. I recommend it. This is the best deal in gaming right now to go play this game for $1. And actually, to celebrate, I have a 14-day trial pass here for Xbox Game Pass. And I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to put it in the chat. Should I put it in the chat or should I read it? I'll probably put it in I'm going to put it in the chat. And you guys could take it. Because you could play Gears. Let me just get the code out here. So like this video, guys, because I'm going to drop this code. Let me type it in. Hold on, I'm getting the code now. Listen to some Glorious. Because you guys are great. I'm going to drop... What the hell? Trying to use a USB to scrape this thing away. There we go. And this is for Gears Night. So somebody will show up in my friends list and play Gears. There's a 14-day trial code. I'm going to type it in. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Ah! Wrong thing there. Good luck. Let me know who gets it because I'm putting it in. I'll let you know. Holy crap. I got to get over here. Boop-a-doo. But yeah. But I want to thank you guys for hanging in there. And I'm going to be bringing the chat. I'll let me know who guys. I want to make sure I type it right way. Alright, typing in, sorry. For my oh man, again, this glitter shit all over the place. Uh-oh, make sure I'm typing it right. Yeah, I'm not fancy here. But anyway. So, as I'm doing this, are there any questions anybody have? I don't want to give spoilers. But, yeah, and I was streaming some stuff on Mixer, like, you know. Oh, this is a code for 14 days of Game Pass. So you guys can try out Gears. Because it's definitely something you will want to play. Because this is kind of the top of what Microsoft offers. And everybody should be playing it. Because this is the kind of stuff that we've been talking about. Like, this is what they need to deliver on. We need more of this. Not Game Pass fodder. You know? So I'm going to be dropping this code in here. And let me know if it works. So, I want to thank you. Whoever gets it, let me know. If it doesn't work, I'll type it in again. But, yeah, that's a code 14-day Game Pass. Good luck for that one. And you could try your Gears 5. Oh, snap. Drop the code. Nice. Yeah, and actually it's not too big. Like, Gears is not too big. And, you know, it's like 60 gigs. So, yeah, definitely. I think that's the right code. That should be the right code. It looks kind of... Hold on. Let's double check it. Drop my freaking thing. Yeah, so it's... Oh, is that a 3? Yeah, 3, 2, JYG, 2, HWWR, HW, 6WK, G, 6T, CP, J9. Hey, you could use this on PC too, I think. I think you can. And it's a crossplay. You could use this on PC. Yep, that's right. That's the code. 14-day trial. You can definitely finish the campaign in 14 days. But you can, oh, no Xbox either. Wow. Sorry, I don't have any PlayStation stuff. I have that stuff, but yeah, I'll be using that PlayStation stuff. I use my PlayStation card, get points. That's a good thing too. You do that. But yeah, you can use it on PC, laptop, and I'm telling you, Gears runs pretty well. Like I have so I have like a 980 Ti. It runs great on that one. But then also I have a gaming laptop, a Nitro 5 that has a 1050 Ti in it, a laptop, and it runs medium settings. Medium to high, 1080p 60 runs great. I was so surprised. It runs really smooth off my gaming laptop. And that was like a $500-$600 laptop, which was great. It was on freaking sale. I think it's still on sale. The Nitro 5. It was last year's model on sale at Best Buy for like $599. Shit. Look at that portable Xbox. $499, $599. But, Grinders, I want to thank you again. There's the code for 14-day of Game Pass. I want to thank you again for the support. Like, share the video. I'm going to be doing some more streaming. I got my green screen. I'm going to stream from PlayStation. I'll stream some more stuff. Hit me up on Twitter. Comment in the video here if you want to see me stream something else. And when I stream, I don't just show you my face. I talk bullshit. We talk when we do the thing. So I talk when I stream because I want to entertain you guys as I'm playing the game. I don't like people that you just stare at the top of my head and I play the game and you're watching the game. No, we talk. We engage. So nobody's out for me. I'm my own person, baby. I'm Mr. Grinds My Gears, and I am out, guys. I want to thank you again. Phil Spencer says he can't wait to get Gears 5 on your phone because that's what you want to do, right? And then you got to do it. But let me know. Whoever gets that code, send it in the bottom chat or send me a message over on Twitter. I want to thank you, Grinders. And again, we are out.